Hi friends, I welcome you to the next video on bank reconciliation statement. In all our earlier problems, we were only doing problems on balances with cash book and we were trying to arrive at the passbook balance. In this problem, what we'll do is we'll try to start with the passbook balance and arrive at the cash book balance. Earlier, what we were doing is starting with cash book balance and trying to make it equal to passbook balance. Now we'll start with passbook balance and try to make it equal to the cash book balance. Okay. We have a problem here. Prepare a bank reconciliation statement on 31st December 20. This day, the passbook of Mr. Vishnu showed a balance of 35,000. Checks of rupees 5,000 directly deposited by customer not recorded in the cash book. Bank has credited Mr. Vishnu for rupees 800 as interest. Checks for rupees 25,000 were issued during the month of December, but out of these checks, 10,000 were not presented for payment during the month of December, and we are given the balance as per the cash book. So what we have to do is we have to now start preparing the bank reconciliation statement BRS of Mr. Vishnu as on 31st December 20, particulars rupees and rupees, bank balance as per passbook is rupees 35,000. Now we will have some add items and we will have some less items to arrive at the cash book balance. Okay, now let us open our working notes. Cash book, passbook. We are trying to make passbook equal to cash book, so this time we will have a star mark to the cash book. Deposit side, withdrawal side, this is withdrawal side and this is deposit side. So we have to now make passbook equal to the cash book, that is why I have put a star mark here. Let us start with same balance. 35,000 is the given balance. I told you earlier also, even if you put here 50,000 and 50,000, that will not make a difference, but you have to remember where to put a star mark. I want to make passbook equal to cash book, that is why I am putting a star mark here. Okay, to remind me that passbook has to be made equal to cash book balance. I can write 1 lakh and 1 lakh here, 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs here, 5,000 and 5,000 here, it will not make a difference. A check for rupees 5,000 directly deposited by a customer not recorded in the cash book. One of my customers went to my bank and they have deposited a check in my bank. So my bank will collect money on that check. So there is a deposit in my bank. Credit and another credit. Balance is bound to increase. Balance is relatively less in the cash book. So now the question is, what should I do to the passbook to make it equal to the cash book? Cash book is showing a lower balance by 5,000 rupees. Passbook is showing a higher balance, 5,000 higher than the cash book. Now to make passbook equal to the cash book, I have to reduce passbook balance by 5,000. Check. Directly deposited, not recorded in cash book, 5,000. Next, the bank has credited Mr. Vishnu 800 rupees towards interest. Deposit side, withdrawal side and deposit side. Bank has credited 800 to Mr. Vishnu for interest. Again credit, another credit, the balance is bound to increase. Here the balance is lower. Now I am starting with passbook balance, I have to make it equal to cash book balance. So to make passbook equal to cash book, I have to reduce it by 800 because passbook is showing a higher balance than the cash book by 800 rupees. So to make passbook equal to cash book, I have to reduce it by 800 rupees. Interest not recorded in cash book but recorded in passbook only. Okay, next, check for rupees 25,000 were issued during the month of December, but out of these checks rupees 10,000 were not presented for payment during the month of December. So the business has issued some checks to its suppliers. These checks were not presented for payment by some of the recipients of the check. So some people have not taken the money from my bank account. I'm starting with passbook. I have to make it equal to cash book. Checks issued. 25,000 rupees worth of checks were issued. So as soon as we issue the check, we pass an entry in our books, Creditas account at R to bank. We don't wait for the presentation for payment. As soon as we issue a check, we record a withdrawal in our books. But out of these checks amounting to 10,000 were not presented during the month of December. That means the remaining checks, 15,000 worth of checks, have been presented for payment, and the bank has paid money to those suppliers or to those vendors. Remaining 10,000 has not been presented for payment. There is a gap here. Okay, out of 25,000 checks, only 15,000 has been withdrawn. Remaining 10,000 are still sleeping. They have not presented the check for payments. Now what will happen? Cash book will show a lower balance. Passbook will show a higher balance. Why? If you see 35,000 minus 25,000, there is only a balance of 10,000, whereas here there is a balance of 20,000. So there is a difference of 10,000 rupees. Difference of 10,000 rupees. Cash book is showing a lower balance by 10,000 rupees, whereas passbook is showing a balance higher by 10,000 rupees. So now what should be done to the passbook to make it equal to the cash book? Cash book is showing a balance lower by 10,000 rupees, whereas passbook is showing a balance higher by 10,000 rupees. To make passbook equal to the cash book, I have to record a reduction in the reconciliation statement. Checks issued but not presented for payment, 10,000 rupees. Now let us see, these are all less items, so I'm putting brackets. So 15,800 is the total of the less items. So there are no additions. 35,000 minus 15,800, we are left with 19,200. Now this is bank balance as per cash book. Now we can take the last item once again for the sake of clarity. Cash book and passbook. 35,000 cash book, passbook. Checks issued 25,000, but only 15,000 presented for payment. So what we can do is, instead of writing this 25,000 like this here, we can write it in two ways, 15,000 and 10,000. So this 15,000 and this 15,000 is not a reason of difference. The remaining 10,000 is a reason of difference. Okay. So this 15,000 are commonly there. So we can strike them off. Only remaining 10,000. Cash book is showing a lower balance and passbook is showing a higher balance. That means we have to reduce cash book balance by 10,000 rupees. That is what we have done in the answer.